Sometimes Chicago Fire hits us right in the gut. Not with explosions, not with rescues, but with something deeply human. And Season 14, Episode 4, titled Mercy, is exactly that. It's not just about fire. It's about loss, resilience, and the kind of heartbreak that redefines what this show stands for. This episode reminds us that behind every firefighter is a person trying to hold it together. A parent, a partner, a survivor. And tonight, that person was Christopher Herrmann. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments, what was your emotional breaking point in this episode? Because honestly, there were a few. We open with something rare, Herrmann at home. It's quiet, domestic, and almost too peaceful. He's marking his kid's height on the wall, talking about finances being finally under control. And if you've watched Chicago Fire long enough, you know peace never lasts. Moments later, that peace goes up in literal flames. The call comes in, a house fire not assigned to 51. But the address? Herrmann's. The second he realizes it, his whole world stops. Watching him sprint toward the burning home, screaming for his daughter. It's gut-wrenching. And when that commercial cut hits right as he bursts through the door. Classic Chicago Fire cruelty. Thankfully, everyone's safe. Cindy rushes in terrified, announcing the kids were already at school. But that relief fades fast as Herrmann watches decades of memories. Family photos, keepsakes, their life, turn to ash right in front of him. And that's the beauty and tragedy of this show. It's never just about the fire, it's about what burns with it. Meanwhile, we've got Severide and Stella stepping up as guardians to Isaiah. His mom's relapse has him scared, withdrawn, and clearly feeling the weight of being unwanted again. Severide, though, slips naturally into dad mode. There's a beautiful stillness in his scenes. He's calm, firm, and exactly what Isaiah needs. And I have to say, this storyline is giving us a softer side of Severide we rarely get to see anymore. It's also setting up something bigger, the idea of family beyond blood, and what home really means in a show where loss is constant. Back at 51, everyone's shaken. Herrmann's alive, but he's hollow. When Mouch tries to comfort him, telling him it's just stuff, you can see Herrmann crack, because it's not just stuff. It's their life. The kids' drawings, the doorframe markings, the smell of breakfast on a Sunday, those aren't replaceable. And it's a heartbreaking reminder that even heroes can lose everything. Herrmann's family moves into temporary housing, small and impersonal. They're grateful, but you can feel the distance. And in a subtle but powerful moment, Isaiah, who knows loss all too well, mirrors their pain. He sees himself in Herrmann's kids. That kind of storytelling, layered, empathetic, interconnected, is exactly why Chicago Fire still works 14 seasons in. As Herrmann processes the loss, Severide takes it upon himself to investigate. Was the fire an accident? Herrmann fears it might have been his fault. Some recent rewiring in the kitchen. And you can see it written all over his face. If this fire traces back to him, it'll break him completely. Meanwhile, Cap gets his chance to prove himself as a firefighter EMT. And honestly, he crushes it. From nearly fainting at the sight of needles to saving a man who looked straight out of Hellraiser. Cap's comeback is the unexpected light moment we all needed in such a heavy episode. In the end, mercy isn't just about loss. It's about what mercy looks like. It's in the way Kelly supports Herrmann, the way Isaiah empathizes, and the way 51 rallies around one of their own. This is the kind of episode that reminds us why we love this show. Because Chicago Fire doesn't just show us the flames. It shows us what it means to rebuild after them. So, what do you think? Should Herrmann take this as a sign to slow down? Or will this tragedy push him to work even harder? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that like button if this episode hit you as hard as it hit me. Because in Chicago Fire, mercy isn't just a word, it's survival.